Okay, so here this afternoon we have kind of a special combo deal. It's 1310 to 90 millimeter Weibo tri-flange or rubber flex disc, whatever you want to call it. The tri-flange design is used on European cars, and the reason that is this is Clayton Cates Mercedes diesel swap Ford Ranger pickup, and it's the square Ford Ranger, late 80s, early 90s, and it's a long box. So this is not a short thing. This flange to flange running length is going to be 74 inches. So we'll go through the balance and everything, and then we'll talk about how I swapped it over and everything like that. And so that's the rear axle on this one. It's 0. Center bearing, 0. This is the tri-flange, so this is what's hooking to the transmission on the Mercedes powerhead, the diesel engine and transmission combination. That's 0. That's nice and flat. So we'll slow this down and talk about all of the particulars. So this here is how I went about it anyway. This flange is the actual flange off the Ford Ranger 1310 series joint. This back section, the midship stub, that's a new slip yoke, but the midship stub is some components that I had laying around there, real good takeoff stuff, so I passed it ahead for this project for Clayton. So it's a new slip yoke, a pair of Niapco snap tights, which is another excellent American-made U-joint. 1310 Spicer slip yoke. So that's 1 3/8 16 midship stub. And this is where the adapting happened here, right here. I made a bushing to get the tubing diameter correct to press into the, this is 60 millimeter metric tubing right here. And there's the 90 millimeter tri-flange. And the reason I got it in here backwards is that's a 14 millimeter pin that duplicates the pin that hangs out of the Mercedes transmission. And you grab it with that, eliminate the rubber flex disc because they're irregular, and I just tape them onto here. And when I try and drive off of this, I wreck the tape. So I'm driving it backwards, and I got it tuned up in both directions, so she's good to go. But that's pretty much the lowdown on this. This one's going to be this drive shaft, and I'm also going to bend him up 1 3/4 a little exhaust system for it too. So there'll probably be a walk around. I did create a special center bearing mount, and the adapting over from the metric, for lack of a better term, to the American, the traditional Spicer stuff, I chose to do it this way. This was not a good candidate for a single piece drive shaft because it was so long to begin with, and there's a very, very tight gas tank to drive shaft clearance problem with this power head in there. That I remedied by sneaking the drive shaft by it, and it's going to be a little bit offset where it goes by the the gas tank. So having said all that, we'll get this into the truck, and we'll pass it on to Clayton.